My name's Vov Dylan, and I'm thrilled to be bringing my new album, Timeless, to you. I'm a third-generation musician and a second-generation violinist. Both grandparents are pianists, and my father is a violinist who was leader of so many dance bands and orchestras and ensembles throughout Australia. Much of my youth was spent sitting on the side of the stage listening to my father performing in the dance bands and seeing the audiences get up and have a dance and a sway to what was being played. I would then be at home dancing around the hallways with my grandmother to people like Fats Waller and Fred Astaire singing in the background. And then every Sunday I'd be racing home with my mum after a bike ride in the park to see a Bill Collins midday classic musical. So ever since I was yay high, I think that big maybe, I was filled with the music of this era. As I was coming to the end of my schooling, I said to my father I'd like to become a professional violinist. So my father gave me a book. It was a book that thick, and in it was 3 hours of titles in every style of music you can think of, whether it be gypsy, jazz, classical, folk, Irish, pop, rock, disco, the list goes on. And he said to me, make sure you memorise every single one of these songs in any key imaginable, and not only by title, but also by the lyrics, so if people start singing it to you, you can catch on exactly what it is that they're asking for. And then in 2004, I took the step to become leader of my own orchestra. Back in those days, it was called the Vov Dylan Viennese Orchestra. No one knew who Vov Dylan was. So I'd ring up agents and bookers and they would say, you do Bob Dylan songs arranged as Viennese waltzes? Then in 2007, everything changed. I had my first international tour to China, where I did the New Year's celebrations in Chengdu. I then did a short tour through Europe, and then when I returned to Sydney, I helmed my own production show that toured through the clubs and theatres of the east coast of Australia. With this production show, I was introduced to a new audience, and this audience was coming up to me at the end of every show and asking for a Vov Dylan record. And I fell in love with being in the recording studio. I was having a chat with Glenn Amer, and we share many passions, things like classic cars, old recordings, and musical styles. And we said, why don't we do an album that's focused on the music of the late 19th century, all of Fritz Kreisler Salon music. We said, why don't we do one number? No music, just for us. And we decided to do Stardust by Hoagy Carmichael. We did it so easily and effortlessly that we decided straight away that when the opportunity arose, we would do a whole album like that. The normal process for a recording session is that you come in well rehearsed with arrangements and everyone knowing exactly where the music's going to be going at each particular moment. We didn't do it that way. We came into the studio with just a list of pieces. Before each piece, we would discuss what key do you want to do it in, who wants to do the intro, are we going to do it 2, 3 times, modulate, yes, no. And then once we had that discussion, we asked Craig to hit record, and the result was this album, Timeless. Misty was the very first track that we recorded, and from the moment we hit record, I knew we had something. The notes coming from Glenn Amer at the helm of the Steinway were dripping, and it was gorgeous. With my reputation as being Australia's answer to Andre Rieu, we had to put something in with a little bit of a Viennese twist. So we put in the melody of Waves of the Danube by Jan Ivanovici, but most people know it as the anniversary song, which had the lyrics put to it by Al Jolson. My grandfather loved to play this style of music. And every musician has their default piece which they go to when they go to a new instrument. My grandfather's default piece was Someone to Watch Over Me. With thanks to him for getting me started on the violin, I decided to record Someone to Watch Over Me in tribute to him on this album. As an instrumental performer, it's very easy to get caught up in tricks and licks. This album is not about that. We're trying to create a mood album, something where the violin can sing the lyrics cleanly and purely through to you, the listener. We don't want you to be sitting there and putting the volume way up and listening to it like a concert, although if you do, I'm sure you'll enjoy it. We want you to be able to put this album on while you're having your dinner, while you're having cocktails, glasses of wine, relaxing and enjoying life, and to become a regular play for you. As is often the case in the music and entertainment industry, you require a combination of hard work, a bit of talent, and a whole heap of good luck. My luck for this album came in the form of a concert where in the audience was Alex Coronius. At the end of the concert, he came up to me and he said, "Vov, I think your playing deserves a wider audience. Here's a phone number, give a call and see what it can do." That number was to Robert Rigby of Fanfare Classics. He listened to Timeless and he said, "I like it. Let's run with it." And it's thanks to Robert and his label Fanfare Classics that enables me to say something I've always wanted to say about my albums. Available in good music shops everywhere.